What's going on, guys and girls? It's GhostRobo. I am home now, and so I wanted to give you an update on what happened after we got robbed at E3. Well, obviously, E3 happened, 3 days of gaming goodness, running around, demos, appointments, all that glorious stuff. The video I recorded was like the day that it all happened, so that was right after that first day, I guess the first morning of E3, and then we did the show as best we could, and so I wanted to just update you what's going on now, address a few things, and I guess most importantly, say thank you to all the people who were super kind, super generous, super caring and empathetic, and went out of their way to ask if we were okay, DM us, text us. It was really cool just to see people that I hadn't even talked to for years come out of the woodwork and be like, hey, just making sure everything's good. Is there any way I can help you? Do you need a microphone? Do you need a laptop? Do you need footage? Anything I can do, let me know. That was just really a nice reassuring feeling. I know that there's so much bad stuff going on in the world and so many upsetting things and so many negative things, and you turn on the TV or you open up Twitter and it's like, how are we at this point? But it was a really great moment to have. Like, just know that there still is human decency and a lot of goodness out there, and that like love is still something, and care is still something, and kindness is still something, and generosity is still something, and it's all out there. Maybe it's hidden more now than before, but it's out there. We just have to find ways to tap into it, and I think it's super important to try and surround yourself with as many people as possible that embody those super positive qualities. You know, the whole thing sucked, and the timing of it was just so, like, how the heck did this happen to us? But for me, like, more than the stuff, what was so frustrating and so upsetting was that I knew I wasn't going to be able to cover E3 the way I wanted to. And I was more prepared and had more plans for this E3 than any past E3. And as soon as it happened, I knew, like, those plans were either going to erode severely or evaporate completely. We missed appointments. There were things we just couldn't do. The speed was reduced tremendously to any output. And I thought we recovered well. Like, we tried our best and we got up some stuff. It was overwhelming and demoralizing. Like, we're not going to be able to do and fulfill and execute on the plans that I had, which just really, really sucked. We had such a cool setup. It looked so good. Like, everything lined up except this, which was unfortunate. And then we ran into just a lot of just like weird issues and stuff that just like kept piling on. I was like, is this week cursed? Like, what the heck is going on? But again, you guys, all the support meant a lot, and helped really keep us positive. So if you left a positive comment, if you sent a tweet, if you just sent positive vibes, super appreciated. Love you guys so much. It means a lot, and that is what really helped me stay positive throughout the week, was all that positive energy. So appreciate that. Now I'm home. We had to deal with the rental car. Luckily, that was fairly easy. I am going to have to pay for most of the windows, which isn't fun, but luckily it was just the windows. They didn't do any interior damage or body damage, which would obviously would have been way more. They also didn't do any body damage, which I'm very grateful for that as well. And I'm starting to rebuild my stuff, which feels really good. So, you know, should be back in the normal life routine very, very soon here, like tomorrow, which will be really good. And then to touch on a couple things from the first video, obviously, I don't know, I tried to explain it as best I could. It was a very stressful day. Got like no sleep. But we were between hotels, and that's why stuff was in the car. Like, it wasn't like, oh, hey, we're bringing our whole house with us. And obviously, like, I don't know. I guess, like, yes, in a perfect world, like, it wouldn't have even been a situation, but we weren't, I don't know. A lot of people, I think, thought, like, oh, how stupid of you, but we were between places. There really wasn't an option. And it wasn't, like, out on display. Like, it was in the back seat, in backpacks. It wasn't like, oh, hey, like, strewn about the car. So they clearly they had intention to do this. They clearly were going car to car. They clearly knew E3 was in town, and they clearly hit a jackpot. And, you know, I beat myself up about it for a while, but at the end of the day, like, there's nothing I could have done. Also, there's like a weird, funny, I think it's funny, meme going around, I genuinely think it's funny, that shows, like, someone had recommended, like, my video where I talked about losing all my stuff, and then right underneath it was a video of, like, a haul of, like, the same amount of stuff, and I've seen some people like, I found your stuff. Like, no, it's clearly not related in any way, shape, or form. It's just, like, a funny meme, but hey, it made me chuckle, so that was good. And then, like, I saw some people saying you weren't sad enough, you weren't upset enough. Dude, we were trying to stay super positive. We had so many appointments to go to. We had stuff to do, people to see. I wasn't going to be, like, bawling my eyes out. And I'm just not that way. Like, I don't get on camera and just, like, cry. I don't know. Like, I was being positive to stay positive, and also to show that like bad crap can happen and you can push through that and you can still do your very best and live your life and be a happy, positive person in spite of. And you know, it's a perspective shift, and when something like that happens, you're like grateful for other things, and you put what happened in perspective and you try to move forward, because being miserable and bummed and like devastated and laying there wasn't going to do anything. It sure wasn't going to bring the stuff back. Saw a couple people say like, why didn't you go get it back? It was stolen like in a very intentional and, like I said, like aggressive way. It wasn't like, oh, like someone from E3 picked it up, or like, oh, I think someone mistakenly took it. Like there was no way we were getting this back, and the police like affirmed that very much so. They conveyed that to us, that like, you're not getting this back. So it wasn't a case of like we didn't want it back, and also like it's not going to turn up. So that was never like an option or anything of that sort. Or like, you know, like we were in downtown LA, like chasing after was not something anyone was going to do. We didn't see the people. There was no cameras, so we had no clue. And yeah, that was not going to be, it was gone. There was no way to recover that stuff. So yeah, I was more sad about it after, like when I was on the plane home, like I almost broke down, because I was just like, man, that was such a stressful experience, and it was so frustrating and such a bummer. And like, even if I wasn't crying on the video, like the night it happened, I was like shaking, like physically shaking, and it was because I knew like we're toast, and that was just not fun. You guys know I've dealt like with panic attacks and stuff, and I haven't had one in 11 months, and thankfully it didn't trigger anything. I was super glad. Like, dude, I've come a long way. The fact that I can have this happen and not have like a panic attack, or go into like that state of losing control anxiety, which is like my least favorite thing in the world. So yeah, I don't want to ever experience that again. And luckily this didn't end my streak of like ridding myself of that and being done with that. It was close though. Yeah, so thank you again so much for all your support. Just wanted to update you. Things will be back to normal soon. I'm sorry that videos were slow. I'm sorry that videos were absent. I'm sorry that coverage wasn't what it should have been. Doing the best I can. Some of the stuff was straight up taken, like footage on SSDs. I have stuff left, so I am going to try to put that out now. And I am going to try to sort of wrap up E3 and talk about that and that sort of stuff. So that should be fun. My like top games, favorite stuff, some more direct feeds, things of that sort that I still have. But thank you for bearing with me. I'm sorry that it didn't work out. And we got Mario Tennis this weekend, so that is super freaking cool. Drake's album next week. Let's go. Jurassic World 2, Jurassic World Evolution. What is it called? Is that the game? I don't even know what the movie's called. I want to go see it though. I just saw Incredibles 2. It was borderline incredible. Like it was pretty darn fun. So there's a lot to look forward to. It's summer now. Hopefully most of you guys are enjoying, kicking it. If you're working, it's still nice out, hopefully wherever you are. So that's a positive. And yeah, I think it was I don't know, like staying positive through that. Like I'm not wishing or asking for anything else to happen anywhere close. Like I'm done, I'm good. I've had multiple things now at that level or worse. I'm done with that. But like getting through that's like, dude, if there's a delay at the airport or like your car breaks down, like big deal. We got absolutely robbed and still, you know, did our best and stayed positive and kept a happy spirit about. So it was just a wild week. And yeah, I don't wish that upon anyone or ever want that to happen. I hope next E3 is like the chillest, calmest thing. Like give us the PS5. Let's get some cool new games. Just enjoy. Anyways, thanks so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. I love you guys. I'll be bringing you a lot of good videos. And until that time, drink so much hot. Thanks again. We will see you all later.